Hi everyone, Derek Hooper here, Director of Instruction at the Troon Golf Academy, Lake of Isles. And this is the second video in the series of 2 that I was doing on being able to get better impact and therefore compress the golf ball. We're going to build a little more on what we did in the first video, which was more of the rehearsal stuff, and then today we're going to put a golf ball into it and help you be able to get that ball then turf contact so you can compress the golf ball and increase your consistency in how you're going to strike the ball and also control the ball flight. So in the earlier video that I was doing on ball then turf contact, we were doing it indoors and we were talking a lot about rehearsal and where impact should be. Today what I want to show you is, well, now you know where that destination is, how do we add some motion to that and start to put a ball into the equation? So we've moved outside onto the lesson tee to do that. So I'm setting up here, I've got a golf ball with me, and I'm going to start off with getting in my address position, and I'm just going to practice what I did when I was inside, which was to set up and then imitate where impact is. And I'm making sure that I've got my weight left and my hips are rotated, shaft is leaning, and I'm feeling a little pressure on the ground. I talked about feeling the pressure on the inside of that index finger. The next progression from this is to set up next to a golf ball. I want to take the club back just so it's at hip high by setting the hands like this. From there what I'm going to do, I'm going to shift my hips left and then turn into impact. Again, set the hands and the club, hips go left, turn into impact. So I get to that impact position that I was practicing inside. The next progression from that is to do the same thing, but now I'm going to follow through to the same distance or same height as what I had the backswing. And what I'm looking for is the club to contact the ground on the target side of the golf ball. So again, a set up level with the ball, set the hands, hips to there, and I'm brushing the grass on the target side of the ball. One more time, here, shift, and on the target side. Now once I can do that with some consistency, I can then move on to start hitting some balls. But it's really, really important that you go through the progressions that I've done first. In the years I've been teaching, what I found is that putting a ball in the equation doesn't make the motion easier. I always look at it, if you can't do it without a club, you're not going to be able to do it with a club. And if you can't do it with a club and no golf ball, you're not going to be able to do it just because we put a golf ball there. So that's why we're working through this progression. So if you've done all the work previously that we've talked about, now it's time to put a golf ball in. I've got no target at all. All I'm focusing on is making the same motion, hitting ball then ground, and just letting the ball take off. So I set up to the ball, set my hands, left, just checking to make sure the divot is left of where I've started. If I did a good job there, I'm going to grab another ball and do it again. So set up, set the club, left. And if I can do that really well and I'm feeling much better with that, now I'm going to start taking the pauses out and make it a little more fluent. So I'll do practice swings first. And the key to this is making sure that my hips go left before the arms start down, because that's going to move the weight onto the left side and allow the bottom of the swing arc to be left of where the golf ball is. If I've got the divot left of where the golf ball is, now I'm going to set up to the ball and repeat the same swing. And again, I'm just trying to make sure that I get over on that left side at impact. I catch ball then turf. I'd repeat that for a while. If I'm feeling good with that, I can then lengthen the swing out a little bit. And once I get the swing going longer, I can then start thinking about targets. One thing to keep in mind, if you start mishitting it, you start hitting ground then ball, or you start hitting ball only and you're losing that shaft angle into impact, go back to an earlier drill or an earlier progression of this, work there for a while, and then build up again. If you work through this progression, you're going to really improve that contact and you'll start hitting the ball then the turf every time.